Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, thank you and welcome to the first private Chateau Chat, members only.
Yes, indeed. I hope I managed to regale you with my impression of a bouncer in the last video. I hope you enjoyed that.
That was so ridiculous to film. That was just ridiculous. That was one of those sort of like, you went, I've got an idea, darling, let's just do this. And then it took us like an hour because we just could not finish it without laughing our heads off.
It was the most ridiculous thing on earth. All I could think about when we were filming it was Peter Sellers corpsing in the Pink Panther movies. And every time I thought about him doing that, I burst out laughing and realised how ridiculous this was. But it was great fun, though.
It was great fun, and I thought you looked great in my little bobble hat. It was a good look.
Do you think so, darling?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think you should.
Shall I go get it now? No. All right, okay. Don't worry, I won't, I promise.
Later, darling.
Yes.
Sorry. Like, just rinse your brains out. Cut. We did say it was the private Chateau Chat. Could be a bit different. So anyway, so we've got a couple of requests. So Dennis would like a walk down by the river. So.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
I said, clean, wash your brain out.
Excuse me, you're the one who said rinse your brain, not me. Anyway.
So Dennis would like a walk down by the river, which I think is a lovely idea. And we've actually got nice weather at the moment, possibly tomorrow as well. So yeah, we'll definitely go and do that. I think that's lovely. It's not too high at the moment, so that's good.
Yeah, the problem is that during the summer I normally do strimming all around the bank, so that you can actually get down to the river, but it's looking a touch Amazonian, is it not?
Yes, it's a little bit jungly. It is a bit jungly, but we'll give it a go.
So don't worry, Dennis, we'll just risk our lives. We'll tie a rope to a tree and tie the rope around us. Mm-hmm. And yeah, if
you don't see us next week, you know where we've gone.
We'll be swimming down the Vendée, and then hopefully the dam
will stop us at some point.
A couple of kilometres down will stop us, and we don't get scrunched up inside the turbines. Anyway,
no, we're fine. We'll be fine. Okay, and Ibella. I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Has asked for more details, tours, plans, etc. So I'm not sure if you mean plans as plans of what we're going to do, or plans as in floor plans. But you're going to get both anyway, because I'm going to upload the original plans. Well, estate agent plans, not original plans. Oh, I'd love to find the original plans for here. Can you imagine? But just estate agents, floor plans. So you can sort of like picture yourself in here. You can imagine where's where. I can get that. We did want to have a go at doing it with that sort of like super duper whizzy 3D software like they do on Grand Designs, but
yeah, well, I looked into that. Pardon me, and then and was very, very excited because I found a way of doing it, and then I looked at the software, and then I sort of went, no, and I showed Claire, and she went, no. It'll just take a month to learn it, and
I don't have that brain capacity anymore.
Do you not?
No, I do not. No, my brain is full.
Was it new stuff?
New stuff, no new stuff. I am full to the brim. Like no more will fit in this brain. I am done. I'm stuffed.
So in essence, we're retiring.
That's it. We're done.
We don't want anything new. Nothing at all. That's it.
No more information.
No more information.
No more things to learn how to do. What have we been up to this week? We've been busy this week. You've been gallivanting.
I've been gallivanting because I realised that my three daughters probably had forgotten what I looked like. It's a bit of an exaggeration. So I have three gorgeous grown-up daughters who are all very, very, very way more successful than me.
And gorgeous baby granddaughter.
Little Sienna, who was absolutely gorgeous. So I jumped on a plane and flew to London and just had a lovely time with them all. So I had the most extraordinary extraordinarily, I shouldn't say extraordinary, extraordinarily delicious pizza.
I'm not jealous. Carry on.
Okay, and it was amazing. And Francesca, my eldest daughter, who took me out for dinner, said she'd had a bit of a heavy week, so she was going to have a Negroni. Now, Negroni is my favourite drink, and I don't really drink very much anymore. And however, I felt that under such a stressful situation, it would be my duty as a father to join her in having a Negroni with our pizza.
So good of you, so good. It's selfless, absolutely selfless.
I am sometimes, and so we both drank this Negroni, and I think it was rather strong. Either that or I'm a sort of cheap
We're just lightweights now, yes.
Yeah, lightweight, absolutely. And then we had a bottle of wine, which we only drank about that much wine. Because I think
you go off to London and get sozzled.
Yeah, I was 3 sheets of the wind. I could hardly walk back afterwards. And then they were so lovely. Actually, they organised a trip to the Francis Bacon exhibition at the National Gallery, which was lovely. And my father's photographs, he left to the National Gallery. So I spoke to them, and I can organise a private viewing. So
you didn't tell me that.
Oh, did I not tell you?
You did not tell me
I'm
that.
sorry. No, I'm sorry, but I'm telling you now. So I thought that would be a really cool thing to do, is to go to London, make the appointment, and they will give you a private viewing.
Oh, that would be
which would
really
be fantastic. Nice. So I think you guys, you're the first to hear it, and so are you.
I've heard of it.
I can't believe I didn't tell you. I'm so sorry.
Too busy talking about pizza.
Yeah, and there's one picture that he was a very young photographer, and really his assistant, and we travelled in his. He had a London taxi with a driver called Sid, who was a retired taxi driver basically, and he had a really old puttery old black cab. And we drove from London to, I think it was Wiltshire or something, which in a normal car would probably take about an hour and a half, but in the cab it took about 4 hours. Anyway, went to photograph Cecil Beaton at his beautiful home, and my father said, okay, well, you take a picture. So I did a picture of Cecil Beaton with his camera on a tripod, which was a very nice picture, and it's my picture. And my father nicked it. My father stole it, but it's at the National Portrait Gallery.
Oh, that's very cool.
So there you go.
Okay,
So
no,
that's
we're
quite
definitely going. Oh, that would be great fun.
So I told the people at the National Portrait Gallery that's my picture, and my dad stole it off me, and they thought that was really funny. Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh, brilliant.
And the other thing is I mistakenly put the wrong address for my new toy, as you can see here. And it went to my middle daughter Florence's place. Look at that. I used to have one of these as a child, and it was really battered, and it's disappeared now. So I now have a pristine Batmobile.
You know, this is supposed to be Chateau Chat. Not
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's really interested
Batmobile
in my passion.
They may well be.
Photography and corgi toys. So if you'd like to support us, corgi toys, then we're here.
I think that's stretching it a bit as the like. Is that relevant to what we're doing? Unless you want a corgi toy room. There's room. You can have one if you want. There's
No, I don't
enough
want
space.
No, that's just weird.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, whilst you were gallivanting,
yes,
I was here holding the fort, looking after the fluffy things. So I put the cat flap in all by myself.
That's very impressive.
And I still have all of my fingers, which there was a point of,
Really?
of slight
Why
worry.
were you worried about losing your fingers when you're just using a drill?
Because I thought the angle grinder would do it, and it didn't do it.
Really? Not at all?
No, it did, but the door is so thick that the blade on the angle grinder is only like that much, and the door is so much chunkier than I was expecting. But anyway, I got there in the end, and I filmed myself doing it, which I felt a little bit ridiculous doing, filming myself
Which
by myself.
I today I've been editing it, and I'm sitting there with my headphones on next to Claire at her computer, and I just keep bursting into giggles because it really is just such a funny edit. Because the dogs, not just the dogs, the animals, the menagerie decided that they were going to assist Claire in the installation of the cat flap. And boy, did they try.
Yeah, they were so helpful. So helpful.
And there were moments when you actually couldn't see Claire for all the like fluffy dogs all going around going, well, that's interesting. Ooh, mate, would you like a hand? Do they talk like that? Anyway,
They might do.
So that was very entertaining.
So that'll be in this
done.
week's video.
Yeah. Bravo, take a bow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
What else?
It's the first time that I've been here by myself, actually, that I've spent a night here, home alone.
Yeah, scary. I don't think I wouldn't like to do that.
It wasn't scary at all, not in the least. You would think in a big old house like this, it would be scary, but not at all. But absolutely fine. Although there was a bang at like 2:00 in the morning, which I sort of went, but I think it was just Margot.
Oh, you didn't tell me about that.
I think it was just Margot trying to get into the bedroom.
You hope.
I hope it was just Margot trying to get into the bedroom.
Well, there was, there was that story our electrician told us when
Harry,
he was here.
the English electrician.
Harry, the English electrician at Aurélien, and he was cutting quite a few holes in the ceiling to be able to run the cables. That's what electricians do, isn't it? And one night he recounts the story that he was awoken in the middle of the night by a woman and a baby. Mm-hmm. And she was called Jeanne, and he had a conversation with her. She was very angry with him because he was ruining the chateau, cutting holes and everything. And he had to assure her in his conversation, which I believe was quite long,
I think so, yeah. It seemed to have quite an intense conversation, and the language barrier didn't seem to be a problem because he doesn't speak any French. But the ghost, he could understand the ghost. I'm trying
to think of something really clever to say, but I can't. It's not coming to me. Well, it's not coming to me. And so yeah, apparently he managed to reassure her, and she was less angry, and then wafted off into the night.
Yeah,
and fell asleep again.
Never seen her again. But then he put the Wi-Fi in the next day, and he very confidently told us that previously, when he's seen ghosts, once you put the Wi-Fi in, there's no more ghosts. So I don't know how true that is, but if we ever have a power cut and the Wi-Fi goes down, suddenly all the ghosts will be popping up. Bonjour!
Hello!
So
that's the best Halloween voice I've done in years. Hello! Yeah, and yeah. Well, it's all good fun, isn't it?
It's all good fun. It's all good fun. But
well done. I get worried about stuff like that. But anyway, there you go.
Yeah, it's fine. No,
I don't know if I'd be able to hold a conversation with a ghost and a baby a ghost who was angry with me. I don't think, I don't know. What do? You just try and reassure them. And,
Yeah.
I suppose the 3 gin and tonics before you went to bed helped.
Or the Negroni.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what are we up to? So we are putting off starting a job that we definitely should have started, which is, I don't know if you've noticed in like previous stuff that we've done, in the chapel, there's quite a lot of water damage. We thought it was from the guttering above being blocked, which I think some of it was, and we've cleared that out over the summer. You, on the cherry picker.
I risked my life on that thing. I mean,
very brave.
Very, very brave.
Well done, you. I wouldn't go on it. It's terrifying.
It was an amazing machine, but my God, when you get right up there, it's a long way up, man, and it's just like, ooh. Anyway, yeah. So it wasn't the gutters, apparently.
Well, I think it was. Some of it was, but the other problem is there's a drain pipe that comes down directly, like attached to the wall. And I think what's happened is there was a very old drain pipe there, and then when the previous owners re-rendered the building, they've obviously put some new drain pipe in, but they've just put the new drain pipe just directly into the old drain pipe, and then it's just like open at the top. So it must be filling up with all sorts of rubbish, and then it goes down into the ground and it's sealed into the ground, so you can't get into it to clear it out. So, and it's sort of like rendered into the wall. So we're going to have to get in there with some power tools and just like dig it out and see what's going on, because it's just getting worse in the chapel. The plaster's just falling off. So
we have to do it. So unfortunately, you're going to have to be subjected to Lionel doing some DIY. I am utterly dreading this. I'm dreading it because I feel like one of the things of living in a place like this is that you start a project because you think, oh, we'll just try and fix that problem, or that's just a small thing, we can do that. And then you get into it and you realise it's much worse than you thought, and you're either going to have to get a specialist in to come finish it off, and then they're too busy to come for 6 months or something, and you're just sort of like... Yeah, and everything is interconnected. You know, you want to start something, but you can't start it until you've done that or that or that or that. And generally you just get to it and you just go, I can't be bothered. But this, we have to do something about it because it's getting a bit serious. So
it is getting a bit serious. So we're going to do a whole episode on the chapel, inside and outside. And then I thought I had this idea. So on the altar of the chapel, we have an altar stone, which is original. And then on top of that, there's this sort of like protective stone. And it's got crosses on it. And I made a little mould of one of the crosses. Now, I was very careful not to do it of the altar stone itself, because I wasn't sure how people would feel about that. So I did it just of the cover stone on top, which doesn't have the relic or anything in. It's just a stone. And then I thought, so this is a little mould I made. I thought I might try and make some little plaster casts from it. Little plaster cast, little discs. I don't know, and then try and see if...
I think it's a lovely idea, and I've added to the idea. Nobody knows about this actually. So what we've always wanted to do, I mean, to be honest with you, even when we lived in London in Peckham, in our sort of like Georgian place, always wanted to create a fragrance that was evocative of the house. So you can imagine when you get here, it's something that we've been talking about a lot.
And we love smelly candles and posh smelly candles. We just absolutely adore them. But the number you need in a place like this.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can make one room smelly, but by the time you get to, smelly, nice smelly, by the time you get to all the way down there, you can't smell anything. So my eldest daughter works with a lot of big perfume houses, and she recommended a company in London that could create some samples for us for fragrances for Chateau Life. And so we prepared a very in-depth brief for them with lots of pictures and actually some really quite sort of like beautiful writing, really. And to our credit, the company said they'd never seen a brief like that as in-depth as the one that they'd seen. Anyway, long story short, we received all the samples. This is one of them. And this one is particularly beautiful.
Which one's that?
That's the Magnolia in Bloom.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So clearly, there are influences. One is we sort of quite short mention of them. We have a massive magnolia tree in the park.
It's absolutely beautiful when it's in flower. It's absolutely stunning. And then we collect the petals when they fall off and we burn them, and it's just gorgeous.
Really beautiful. And then...
Oh, that is really nice.
That
is really, really nice. Oh, God, so nice.
What's extraordinary is I never really realised how these people would create a fragrance. But what's extraordinary is that if you give them a good enough brief, then wow, that smells.
It smells really good, doesn't it? Waft you this way.
That is the smell. The smell is not the right word. The fragrance of the magnolia tree.
Yeah, they're just gorgeous. So your idea to add to my little plaster things that I'm going to make is to add some smell to them from our smells, which we haven't had made up yet. We've still just got the samples here. But I think that's a really nice idea.
Oh, it's a lovely idea. I mean, I have one from the candle company that we love, which is Prud'homme in Paris. And I have a little one which is in my sock stroke knicker drawer.
Oversharing.
I think the smell's run out now because I can't. Anyway, but I think it's probably about 5 years old, so it's quite a lot to ask, really. But it's a really lovely thing to do, actually. So anyway, so that was the idea: is to maybe not necessarily this. We have quite a few samples, aren't we?
One that was based on the chapel, actually, is more sorts of incensey
stuff,
which would be nice. So I'm gonna, and this is all I've got so far. So I'm gonna work on that idea.
Oh, geez, that smells amazing.
And see what happens. See if that's a good idea or not. I am a little bit nervous whether anybody's going to be upset by me making something from the chapel. But I did quite a lot of research. And people sell crosses, people sell religious things, don't they? So, let me know if you think it's a weird. Anyway, if you think it's a weird idea, I won't do it. But
I don't think it's a weird idea. It's a really very attractive. It's a very beautiful cross.
Yeah.
The other thing I did in London was I travelled to London Stansted Airport with one of those cabin bags, which was empty. And the reason for that was because I went shopping in London, not for beautiful clothes or shoes or new jumpers or underwear. I went shopping for this.
For my favourite biscuits. So these are English biscuits.
Here you are, Danny.
Thank you. There's more than one packet. There's a whole suitcase full.
Well, a whole suitcase. I filled the suitcase with biscuits, and for the first time in my life, I hoped and prayed that I would be stopped at customs because I actually wanted to video it if I got stopped. I was so looking forward to the French gendarme going, "Hello, what have you brought back from the smelly English?" So, well, actually, why don't you have a look, mate? And you go, "What is this? You don't like the French biscuits?"
I do like the French biscuits, but they don't do custard creams.
No, of course they don't.
So
it's very difficult to get them here, isn't it?
It's impossible to get them here. You have to get them shipped over, and after Brexit, it costs a blooming fortune.
Yeah, apparently, if you have them shipped over here, it's by private jet.
or by mum.
Or by mum.
Yes. My mum brings a carload over.
Yeah, she does, yes,
Mum
absolutely.
David,
Yes. Along with Marmite and tea, and they have tea in France. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much.
Well, I think that's us for today, isn't it?
I think that's us. Well, thank you very much for joining us in the members club.
The members lounge.
Lounge, yes, or dining room, whichever members dining room.
No, it's a members lounge now.
Oh, okay. No, but this is dining room. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. And again, any questions, anything you want to know?
Yeah, please go for it.
Let us know, and we'll do it. And we'll do those. We'll do the walk by the river. We'll do some tours. We'll do some plans.
Yeah, we will indeed.
We'll get on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care. See you soon. Bye.